And how important do you think online demos are to guitarists? I mean, there's a lot of push for effects manufacturers to want to uh, have stock or in a retail environment. Um, but sometimes it's not possible to go to that retail environment to try the gear out. So how important do you feel the gear demonstrations are?
Gear demonstrations. I mean, me personally, I know before I buy anything, I go on YouTube and I look up a video. I don't know about anybody else, but me personally, that's how I, get a gist of what before I get the instrument or a pedal in my hands. I want to hear what it sounds like. So I think demonstration videos are very, very important for me personally.
Hmm.
Um, to go and decide for myself what I'm going to purchase. So I don't know about other people, but I can speak from personal.
It's well, it's in. I'm the same. I would say pretty much the majority of the. I mean, take the. I've got a bellwether, Walrus Audio bellwether delay, and I was looking for an analog delay, and I Googled, I researched, I looked at so many demos, and just that delay just caught my eye, and so I was pretty much sold on it before I'd even tried it out. And then when I tried it out, it was like, yep, like it. And I think gear demos are still very play an important part, particularly when internet is so important these days, and buying is very different, isn't it?
Oh, unfortunately, yeah. I'm not a huge online shopper because I like to feel the instrument in my hands before, that's how I usually decide on what guitar I want. You can look at the colors all day, but how's it feel in your hands?
Mm,
And so I've bought one guitar over online and ended up having to send it back because I didn't like the feel of it. And
mm.
I feel like if I would have been in the store, I would have been able to tell that. And
Yeah. It is guitars though something very different. I mean, for me personally, if I was going to play a guitar, if I was going to buy a guitar, I'd go to a store. It's very, very personal. But something like an effects pedal is a bit different, isn't it? It can be shipped very easily. You can try it out. If it's not for you, you can ship it back at relatively low cost. But a guitar, particularly if you're talking the high end sort of guitars, it's not something that you can really do online, is it?
no, it's very no, I don't agree with buying guitars online. I did it once because, you know, uh it was early in COVID and Guitar Center was closed and I was really itching, I get these itches to buy another guitar. It's
Yeah.
almost like an addiction buying guitars for me. And I just wanted one right now and and so I knew the one I wanted. I ordered one and I got it and I just hated the feel. Just hated it. Even
Mm.
though it was something that I had played at Guitar Center, uh, um, and then I loved the guitar. So every guitar's feel is different. Even the same model can feel completely different guitar to guitar. Um, so it's something you have to buy in a store, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, what lies ahead for the Matty Keyes project? I mean, crikey, you've achieved so much in such a short period of time. What is the left for you to do?
Um, just keep posting, keep my followers updated. It's been about a month since I've posted, so I need to get back into it. I had a period of time where all my guitar, I just moved out here to California, and all my guitars are back home in Indiana, and I've been having troubles getting them shipped out here. So I made some acoustic videos, but most of my range is on electric, because of playing the blues and such. So I I just got an electric the other day, um, and I'm fixing it up, setting it up right now, and then I'm gonna start posting again, and just keep grinding and doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, keep posting, keep getting your stuff out there, and uh, keep
hopefully get picked up by somebody. If anybody is watching, any
yeah.
guitarists, any guitar companies out there.
Yeah, well, we could wish you all the best for that and whatever. So,
Yeah.
and finally, you've mentioned the blues. You've mentioned Stevie Ray Vaughan. Is there any sort of new artists or bands that you're listening to at the minute?
Let's see. I've been really getting into the Tedeschi Trucks band. Derek Trucks is just a phenomenal slide guitarist, and I'm very into him. He's a little bit on the new, they're new on the newer side,
Yeah,
been around forever, but
yeah,
obviously, Joe Bonamassa is fantastic. Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
yeah.
Um, there's a new cat. I think his name is Brian Poole. I know his last name's Poole or Ben Poole. Ben Poole. That's what his name is. He's phenomenal. And sorry, I'm having a hard time coming up with names. It's
That's
weird. Like
okay.
I listen to all these artists all the time, but
Yeah,
getting put on the
well, as
spot.
soon as you're on the spot, that's it, isn't it? It's difficult. Well, Derek Trucks is a superb guitarist, isn't he? And you know, I'm a huge Clapton fan, and I remember watching one of the Clapton's Crossroad festivals, and you know,
Ooh,
Derek
yeah.
Trucks and Suzanne Tedeschi, they've both played, you know, on numerous Crossroads festivals, and there's a song that I keep going back to listen from one of those festivals, and it's called Midnight in Harlem, and it's just a beautiful song. You mentioned about emotions, and you're quite an emotional guy and stuff like that. Check that song out. It's a beautiful song. In fact, I'm going to send you the link.
Awesome. I would love to hear it. Have you heard Marcus King? He's been putting out some really talented music as of late. I just discovered him recently, and his music is phenomenal as well. And you were speaking on Clapton. That was my first concert, was Clapton and the Who live, and it was, if you ever get the chance, Clapton's ever around you, I don't care if he's 70, go and see him.
Yeah,
He's puts on the greatest blues show ever. I think my jaw is still on the ground, and that was probably 7 years ago. No, actually, oh wow, I'm getting older. About 10 years ago now,
yeah.
that I saw him, and he puts on the greatest show. So
Well,
definitely need to see him.
I went to see Clapton in probably the late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Are you already on? Yep.
I've been to see him, and yeah, just awesome. I think I've seen him once. Yeah, fantastic. You know, I was
He
looking
puts
to
on.
go. I was looking to go and see him at the Royal Albert Hall, but it was. I think the tickets were some ridiculous price at the
Oh,
time, and I just hadn't really got the money. But there you are. So
no, I understand. Mine was a birthday present for my 16th birthday, and so I understand. They're like $300 a ticket and that's in Indianapolis, Indiana, which
yeah.
is nowhere special like Royal Albert Hall. So
And where do you think the blues is going? Because you know we've seen BB go. You know, is it going to continue? Is blues music going to continue?
I don't think blues music will ever die, personally. If I have any say in it, I think we have some great new artists coming out, doing amazing things. Um, Eric Gales, for example, he's somebody I just remembered. He's one of my favorite guitarists right now. He does like the Clapton style upside down guitar, um, and what he does is just amazing. And I think that artists like him, um, and Marcus King and Ben Poole, and I think we have a bright future for the blues. We just and I don't think it's going anywhere, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. But blues music's been around longer than any other genre, it seems like, besides maybe classical. It pretty much started rock and roll, in my opinion.
It did,
So
yeah. I think it did. It pretty much started rock and roll. I mean, I've a lot of people that have mentioned that, or have said to me, because obviously I'm a Brit, and have said that, you know, British blues was kind of the originator of rock and roll. But you know, it all started back in the 40s, didn't it? You know,
yeah,
you've got your Sun Houses. If you didn't have, uh,
actually it was in the 20s. Like, I
yeah,
mean, Robert Johnson, you know,
uh,
back in the 20s and stuff like that.
yeah, that's where it all started.
Yeah,
You know, got all those players. Without those players, you wouldn't have the likes of Sister Rosetta Tharpe and JB Lenoir and players like that. And then, you know, Keith Richards. And it just, the influences evolve, don't they? But I
oh
think certainly the most important era is back in, you know, those early years. Well, we're talking nearly 100 years ago, aren't we?
oh yeah, for sure.
Rock and roll is 100 years old.
I know, it's insane to think of
Blues,
that.
blues music is 100 years old. So, all right, Matty. Well, look, thank you so much for coming to see us,
Thank
and
you for having me.
oh, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know about you and what you're doing. So, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
if there's anything we can do as a community, then please let us know, and I'll send you that link to Midnight in Harlem in a moment, and hopefully we can catch up sometime very soon and talk some more guitar.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you do. I mean, as soon as I joined FX Pedal Planet and I saw some of your interviews, I just really appreciated you. You're my first actual interview, so I appreciate you. And I know I reached out to you myself to do the interview, and I appreciate you having me on and just doing what you do for the community.